Got a new old saying for you. When all the experts are telling you that it's just too complicated, what they really mean is quite simple. You are getting screwed. I tend to watch the first half hour or so of Washington Journal on C-SPAN in the morning in order to learn that day's Republican talking points. They've made an art of it these past 20 or so years. Lately it's been how Barney Franks and Chris Dodd, all by their lonesome, have held the Republicans at bay for the past 12 years, stopping them from implementing policies that would have prevented this economic meltdown. Either that or Wall Street is crashing because a few poor minority borrowers purchased homes that they couldn't afford. Oh, and Obama, if he wins, it's because Acorn is encouraging voter fraud. Yeah. What it really means is that Republican voter suppression did not work as well as they tried to make it work. But caller after caller repeat these phrases verbatim. And they really believe what they say fervently. Their leaders have spoken, so it must be true, not a doubt in their minds. Now, if you're not new to me, you know that I consider Obama a corporate tool who's as bound and determined to screw us as McCain is. And Democrats will vote for him just because he's not a Republican, even though Nader or McKinney more completely represent the stated democratic ideals. My fellow citizens never seem to let facts get in the way of how they vote. But at least the Democrats argue amongst themselves before finally toeing the line and voting for the lesser evil. Hoping and praying and pleading for things to get better. Even going so far as rewriting history to make previous Democratic presidents seem better than they really were. Do you really believe we killed fewer brown people on Clinton's watch? That he wasn't doing illegal domestic wiretaps, or that wages actually kept up with inflation? Those 7 million jobs he brags about actually made up for the lost higher paying manufacturing jobs they got shipped overseas due to NAFTA and trade deals like that. Carter was so constrained that what little good he managed to do was gone by the end of Reagan's first year. Although Johnson was forced to pass a Civil Rights Act, once that was done, so was the Democratic wing of the Democratic Party. The corporatist, DLC, took over, and, well, here we are. It's word games and mind trips, and don't think too deeply. We'll keep you safe if you give us control. Just give us your votes. We don't need your opinions. It's much too complicated. The whole rigmarole was created to confuse and beguile you, and convince you to give all the decision-making power into the hands of us few. Not talking about your representatives, senators, judges, or even the president, because they take their orders pretty much like you do. They might bitch, squeal, and holler for a while before they fold. Why, we even allow one or two to stay honest. Got to fool most into thinking the republic still stands and it's the best. You keep chasing your tails, vote for one or the other. But don't look too deep. Just pick one of those two. We don't care. Long as some of you vote and then most go back to sleep. A slumbering nation of lemmings. Been asleep for the last 100 years. They might stir, they might grumble, even get up and stumble a while. But most of those who remain awake soon go back to their tears. A slumbering nation of sheeple, slaves unaware of their chains. That credit that they cry for is a chain they adore. They keep asking for more, like a whore mad with lust. It's insane. A slumbering nation of widgets. Even colleges teaching to learn for the test, never really exploring the root causes, boring the smart ones and shoring up this house of cards by repeatedly saying with statistics displaying, distracting with shiny toys you're playing. Drink your beer, quit complaining. And don't ask me to be explaining, 'cause it's a simple proposition. You wake up and act in opposition. Only you can free yourself. Don't look for me or someone else. It's a mind game. And once you open up your eyes, you'll quickly realize that there are others close at hand who'll help you not just understand, but make a stand. Start with a paper ballot, absentee vote, third party. Once you do, you'll remember how easy it is to smile. Now, into the circle file.